Great. Yes, so we are.
Nice to see you.
So we have gathered here to talk about water. We are very, very passionate about one particular type of water called Kangen, hydrogen-rich molecular structured water. It's a very long word, but actually a beautiful, beautiful liquid which hydrates your body. And with me is my friend Judy, and my name is Judy Kennedy, and my name is Monica Zampa. And behind us is the ionizer which we're going to talk about. But before we start, I wanted to briefly talk about that we are, I would even say 99.9% water. Our lungs are 82%, our brain and our heart is 72%, and what runs through our veins is blood, which is 90% of water. So we are really water beings, just thinly covered with a skin. So the quality of water is really, really important in our lives. And if you want to change your health and your mindset and also well-being, water is absolutely essential element.
True, it is. And I think it's, to be honest, nowadays, we know what to not eat processed food, to drink less alcohol, to not smoke, to not have fried food. But we never talk about the water that we drink.
No, that's right.
We talk about the amount of water that we drink, but we don't talk about the quality of the water that we drink. And
No.
without water, we're dead in 3 days.
Yes.
Right? After air, it's our most needed element.
That's right. So we can go without water for 3 days, and we can go without food for 3 weeks. And we are both in Europe, so very often what we hear people saying, oh, but our water is really good quality, and I like to drink tap water. So what actually happens is that the water we drink out of tap is highly contaminated. Even if we are in Munich or in Amsterdam or London or Paris, it's highly contaminated because it contains not only a small particles of plastic, but also chlorine, fluoride, and asbestos, metals.
Yeah, and all to
hormones.
different degrees, right? Depending on the countries. But the thing is that it's impossible, even in the countries with the highest qualities of water, which like Holland is, it's impossible to have a water which has not been altered for mass consumption. I mean, there's a lot of us drinking, reusing this water. It travels through all these pipes, which are often rusty, etc., without something in the water to make it safe for us, but
Yes.
altering it with a chemical or a product of some sort, we wouldn't be able to drink the water full stop. So yes, it's not in its ideal state, and our body suffers from it, right?
Exactly, because what happens, imagine having a chlorine. Chlorine is added to swimming pools to kill the bacteria, but we drink it for years. So imagine what happens to you and your children's bodies if you drink chlorine every single day, and if you shower in it. Our skin is the largest organ. So if you shower and you have noticed that your skin is dry, or you have eczema, or even any other skin disorders, it is irritation, red patches. It is very often related to the chlorine, to the quality of water, and also digestion, of course, also the food. So you wanted to add something to that?
No, exactly. I mean, I think for me it's a bit of a revelation. I'd never really given that much thought. I always drank a lot of water. I always knew the benefit of drinking a lot of water, keeping our bodies hydrated. I mean, they do say that actually nowadays a large amount of the complaints that we have, and we have a lot of them in our society, are actually dehydration.
Yes.
That our bodies are not hydrated because we're not drinking enough water to start with. Lots of people drink soft drinks or think that when it's mixed with something else it's as good. It is not. But it's also this quality of water, which means our body is in a state of stress. It is dehydrated, and that creates a whole amount of complaints, which also do contribute to the difficulty for our body to heal more complicated and more serious things, like whether we're talking about diabetes, cancer, all these horrible things that we do have. Our body is struggling to get them out of our system, or to heal ourselves, as in basically our natural process, because it is so busy fighting all the rest, all these free radicals that we pick up through our society, through what we drink, through what we eat. And it takes its energy, right? That consumes its energy which it can't do to what it's made to do in its natural state and heal us.
Exactly. So the oxidative stress, which occurs in our bodies, is not only through the water we drink, what we eat, what we breathe, but also how we think. If you are worried about your job, or not having enough money, or going through divorce,
It's stress, right?
the stress really has a huge negative effect on your body. And we're going to talk about a particular water technology which has been here for 50 years. It started actually in Okinawa, a very small island. I just came back from there. It was amazing. And so it came from a very small island in Japan. And originally it was birthed to help people in hospitals with indigestion, and also with different very serious diseases. And until 2003 it was only available in Japan, has many medical awards, many medical certifications, and from 2003 we in the West are privileged and honored to have these machines. And that actually machine sits comfortably in your kitchen counter, and it's like having the most amazing medical device at home.
And as with most of these things, it was almost discovered almost by chance, as in what it could do for humans. Because if I remember well, originally in the 50s, it was pioneered in Japan to help crops grow better. They wanted to find a way to make sure that the soil was richer, that the crops could grow better. And then little by little, they found that it wasn't just working for crops, it was also having a significant effect on health. And then there's that big question, how does it work? Which takes an awfully long time for science to say, okay, now it's safe enough to use it on humans. And I think that's why it's taken so long, right? And Japan, of course, and Okinawa is known as the Blue Belt, right? One of the world's highest levels of people over 100. So there's been a lot of interest to, okay, what are they doing differently?
Yes, it actually takes 12 years in Japan to get a certification, 12 years. So what they are doing differently, they have different mindset, they eat differently, they drink different water, the pace of life is different, they also have compassion to one another. It's all Ikigai. The whole company is actually based on huge amount of compassion, not only for us, but also for other people, for the planet, for human beings, for the animals. So that's a massive plus, because we know that water contains information and water contains vibration. We contain vibration. So it's the same thing. If you want to change your health, you need to change how you think about yourself, your self-love, and how much gratitude you have. But let's talk about a little bit on scientific, like what actually the water does. How do we transform a tap water into molecular enriched ionized water?
Yeah, because it's not the water that we create, it's a machine which just can sit, you can see it in the background there, can sit on anybody's sink and actually deliver then the purest, most health-based water directly to your kitchen. I mean, it's pretty miraculous, really.
Yeah, it's actually pure and also live water.
Yeah.
And then the difference between, we have different types of water. We have tap water, bottled water, distilled water, rivers, seas, rainwater. And very often people who are a bit more conscious about water, they say, okay, I'm going to buy bottled water because it's cleaner. But bottled water contains nanoparticles of plastic, which goes into your body.
More research on that.
Exactly. And you can actually, I read somewhere that you eat one size of a credit card per year of plastic.
Yep.
And we don't know how long that water has been in the plastic bottles. It could be 6 months, 1 year, and we don't know how it has been produced because it's not regulated. So in America, they found a study which actually showed that it was a tap water which went through a process, and then it's a normal tap water, chemically altered, put into bottles, and they charge 3,000 more.
It's a nice industry, right? And that's without even talking about the damage to the planet, right? All of this plastic. We don't need plastic. Plastic's not good. It's not a natural product.
Yes, so Enagic, the company, Japanese company which came with this product, K8, they also very strongly focus on the plastic pollution and how the planet is and the state of our planet, not only individuals but also as the planet as a whole.
And that's what we like. I mean, to be honest, I think for both Monica and I, we're very much value-based women, right? We're also, business women. We also, it's not that we're just, in a woohoo world the whole time, but we both knew that we wouldn't be able to promote anything in our lives which we didn't sincerely believe in for the values, the ethic of the company itself, and the value, of course, of the product and what it produces.
Yeah, absolutely, Julie. So having the idea that the last time I bought a plastic bottle, it was an emergency on holidays 1 year ago, and it broke my heart. And I know I had to buy it in Montenegro because there was no other way. And the plastic there, I could cry. I could really cry.
And it's so hard to not know, Once you know, it's hard to unknow. I was in Izmir in March, and I walked into the supermarket because we needed water. You couldn't drink the water from the tap, and it was very foul. I thought I'll try it anyway. And all these big plastic containers, they were in direct sunshine.
Yeah.
And I really felt like I was, polluting myself.
Yeah.
But yes.
Exactly. So the water you drink, it's what you see. People think that the water in the plastic, I call it plastic water, that it's healthy, but it's not. And because your eye doesn't see it, we don't even see the pipes which are actually delivering the water. But let's talk about the K8.
Yeah.
And how the K8 is, how do we turn a tap water into this amazing miracle water?
Which is actually in itself just doing what our body needs, right? It's not... It's removing all the man-made stuff that our body's fighting with.
Mm-hmm. So the main 3 types of benefits you're going to get is the hydration, antioxidation, and detoxification. So hydration, as we talked before, 75% of I would say in Western population is severely dehydrated, and chronic dehydration leads to many diseases because of your organs not having a proper fluidity. Your gut environment is very often acid, and
because of the food and drink that we put in it, right?
And disease love acidic environment. So the hydration happens because, maybe you want to talk about how the process makes the hydrogen?
So there's 2 things really. There's the fact that it actually breaks down the molecules into a smaller cluster which goes through the cells easier. So we hydrate fast, which is one of the reasons why so many athletes use these machines, because it hydrates much better, which means they recuperate from effort much faster, which is of course is essential to an athlete. And it's it's enriched in hydrogen. So the machine is actually enriching the water with hydrogen, and that's what's traveling through our veins. And the higher this machine makes 7 sorts of drinking water, or 7 sorts of water, I would say, which has about 68 to 70 usages. I mean, you can use it for absolutely everything. It's absolutely amazing. But we're talking about the drinking part of it right now, and so that it's the hydrogen. The higher the pH, the more hydrogen there is going through in the veins. And we're talking about tiny bubbles, right? We're not talking about sparkly water, which is in itself highly acidic. We're talking about hydrogen bubbles, which are in this enriched water.
So when you pour water into your glass, you see these tiny little bubbles going up, and this is the hydrogen. And what happens, what Julie was saying, it breaks through the cellular level of it can penetrate your cell, can penetrate your brain cell, your heart. And normal water, H2O, has, in a simple words, it has 2 big bubbles, which when you drink lots of water, it will slush in your stomach. It doesn't really fully hydrate. And this, because it's broken into small molecules, penetrates your blood, your organs, your hair, everything is really hydrated.
So you even almost feel it, right? You actually, well, first of all, it tastes nice.
Yes.
It tastes really soft.
Yes, and people who suffer from migraines and headaches, it's because you are chronically dehydrated. Well, I'm not no medical claim, but very often it's because the brain doesn't have doesn't have the water, and this immediately the headache is gone really, really fast.
We could use it for all sorts of things, to be honest. Very off the record here, I had a rather nice party the other day, and there's actually one setting which is the 11.5, so a very high pH. You can only drink a little bit of it, but I mean, I had no
hangover.
I mean, okay, we're not promoting hangover.
Oh no, I mean it's
but
true.
I mean, it really, I was so amazed because of the hydration level, and it is a hangover is dehydration. That's all it is.
So the other part is antioxidation. So remember, if you have a apple and you cut it in half and you leave it in the air for a while, it goes brown, and that's exactly what happens in our bodies, that we oxidize from inside, right?
It's a natural process, right?
It's natural.
Aging.
It's aging.
That's what
exactly.
aging is.
So we cannot totally like, oh, I'm going to reverse aging, but we can slow it down, because actually the water fights the free radicals, which cause the oxidation. And the oxidation is by stress, food, thinking, overworking, being underpaid.
And the rest, pollution, electromagnetic rays, all the things that we have in our modern society. And that we need, right? We have based our society on all these things. Maybe some of us wish we could live on the top of a mountain just in pure nature, but that isn't the world we live in. So we do need to find a way to cope, so that our bodies can cope. I mean, industries nowadays and governments are so worried about the increase of all these diseases and the amount of money which is needed, whereas we could maybe have a simpler solution which can at least guarantee for me, I want to know that I'm doing everything I can. Maybe I get cancer, maybe I get, whatever. We can't control everything, but I want to know that I did my best so that my body could cope as best with anything that comes its way.
Yeah, because you flush you flush your toxins, right? So all these, we have the inbuilt toxins in our body, but if you start drinking 2, 3, 4 liters of this water, you flush the toxins out, and you will not feel that, oh, I'm bloated. No, it will just go straight through you. And the less toxins you have in your body, the bigger chance is for your body to heal itself.
Yeah, all its energy goes towards healing instead of already having to cope with all the rest.
Exactly. So Kangen, which is the name of the water technology, is return to origin. So you return to your original state where your body is able to fight whatever it is able to heal whatever it's presented. And so I have it written here. I want to read it. I need to take my glasses. So the two biggest benefits you get is through electrolysis, the electrons are added to naturally occurring minerals in your water, and these electrons neutralize the free radicals. So no more free radicals in your body. And the second part is that ionized water is rich in molecular hydrogen, which has thousands of studies have been showing around that it has massive therapeutical properties. I mean, we can talk about our own results.
For me, it was I've had IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, which means I react badly to lots of things that I eat, or even stress. And then I've actually been hospitalized twice for that. So I have been taking medication to help me digest better. And within, I think, a month or 2 months of having the machine, I thought, okay, let's give it a try. I haven't used anything since.
Oh, it's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. And lots of other things. I mean, one of our common friends had fibromyalgia. And she'd heard from a naturopath about the values of electrolyzed reduced water, which is what comes out of our machine. And it worked. And it's those stories, it's the everyday stories. Yes, there's loads of big stories, etc., or famous people who use this water, etc. But to me personally, it's the everyday people that I meet, where I hear their stories of another lady. She had an accident and had severe concussion, and for 6 years she could only work 2 hours a day. She had terrible migraines, she had terrible insomnia, and she, same thing, also from a naturopath, had heard about it, and so much so that this lady, she decided that she was going to dedicate the rest of her life to letting people know about this water to heal them too.
Yeah. There are many naturopaths, many holistic doctors who, once they come across this water, they say, this is one of the fastest, most effective tools how to actually bring people to healing. And what happened to me when I started drinking it 5 years ago, I immediately, within a week, I noticed increased energy and focus, clear-headed. At the time I had a small child at home, so at 9 o'clock I was tired. It has changed, and also it helped me with my hormonal balance. So I'm 52. It helped me through the change in my life, and also through hospitalization. So it saved my life twice. I'm really, really grateful, absolutely grateful for the company who is making it, grateful that we can share this with you, that if you're curious, you want to know more information, even scientific, or you want to see some testimonials, educate yourself.
And reach out to us. I mean, we will for sure be doing another one of these where we actually want to show you, with a meter, we want to show you the different levels of tap water, of soft drinks, of various bottled waters, etc. But for now, I guess the idea is, we want to raise your awareness to the water that you drink, to what it's doing to your body. And then if you're curious and want to know more about this, reach out.
Oh, absolutely. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. So you're very welcome to reach out. And as the slogan of the company is change your water, change your life, we really, really not only believe it, but we are a testament to it.
We are indeed. And we deserve it, don't we?
Yes.
You also deserve to have the best life possible.
Thank you for watching, and you are really welcome to reach out to Julie or to myself or to whoever has introduced you to this video.
All the best.
Thank you. Bye.